Welcome to my mini guide for the Bloom Queen herself, Nilou. First, let's start by going over her skills and abilities. First thing is her elemental skill, Dance of Havskozvar. When pressed, she will enter her pirouette state. Once in that state, the player then has a choice of tapping either the normal attack or the E skill again in order to follow through with the skill. This can be done up to 3 times, where the third button input decides which stance she will enter. If the third input is a normal attack, she enters Sword Dance stance. This stance ends her pirouette state and unleashes a luminous illusion that does hydro damage to enemies, and she gains the buff Lunar Prayer, which converts 3 consecutive normal attacks into Sword Dance techniques, aka hydro damage, and the last hit in that chain causes a luminous illusion. If the third input while in pirouette state is an elemental skill, she will enter her Whirling Step stance. This stance unleashes her Whirling Water Wheel, which causes AoE hydro damage and creates a tranquility aura. This aura surrounds any active character and applies wet to enemies that come into contact with it. Sword Dance stance allows for more on-field hydro DPSing for Nilou, while Whirling Step stance provides hydro application for when she is off-field. Her elemental burst is called Dance of Abzendigi, Distant Dreams, Listening Spring. When Nilou uses her burst, it creates a lotus of distant waters to bloom, which causes AoE hydro damage, scaled off of her max HP. It also applies an effect called Lingering Aeon to enemies hit by the burst. It causes enemies to take hydro damage after a few seconds the debuff is applied. Nilou's passive, Court of Dancing Petals. It is active if the full team composition is only comprised of Hydro and Dendro. At least 1 Hydro and Dendro must be on the team, so either 2 and 2 or 3 and 1. Once conditions are met, whenever Nilou completes the third step of her elemental skill, going either to Sword Dance or Whirling Steps, it grants all nearby characters the buff called Golden Chalice Bounty for 30 seconds. This buff will increase elemental mastery of all characters nearby by 100 for 10 seconds every time they are hit by a Dendro attack. And triggering any bloom reaction creates bountiful cores. They have larger AoEs and are quicker to burst when compared to the regular Dendro cores. Nilou is very much skirted towards a bloom-oriented team. Her main niche of creating bountiful cores also minimizes her team compositions due to her passive. Current optimal teams would be 2 Hydro and 2 Dendro to receive those party bonuses. Out of the 3 Dendro characters we have, I prefer Kale and the Dendro Traveler due to their abilities to apply Dendro off-field with their skills and burst. Nilou takes up 1 slot of Hydro. Sadly, this sort of limits the decision for the last Hydro member. It comes down to whether you want a healer or not, but with bountiful cores hurting my own team, I'd prefer to be on the safe side. I would go with either Kokomi or Barbara. Mona with Prototype Amber would also be effective in order to somewhat heal, but you just have to remember to be quick swapping throughout the team so everyone takes damage evenly. Although Nilou's niche limits team composition, what she does in that niche she performs quite well, in terms of effective damage and bringing something new to the meta. And keep in mind that this may be temporary due to newer characters tending to complement older characters as well. If you like what you see, feel free to leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Thank you for watching!